It's the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Welcome to another episode here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. It is our mission to try to bring you some news that you can use. Today is no exception to that rule. Follow me on X at the Mike Prince Show. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, and do visit the 24-hour stream on our website at obnradio.com. With all that being established, let us jump right into today's episode. Well, we had an historic weekend here on the campus and at the studios of the Open Mic Broadcast Network, capturing the Panthers victorious over the Alabama State Hornets 21-14 to advance to the Southwestern Athletic Conference Championship game, which will be in Tallahassee, Florida, with the host school, the FAMU Rattlers, scheduled for 2 p.m., if I'm not mistaken. What I do know is December 2nd, 2023. And congratulations to the Panthers, Coach Bubba McDowell, offensive coordinator Mark Frederick, defensive coordinator Alvin the Rock Fosselman, as the defense really did its thing. When you hear the score, you think 21-14, that it was a close contest. Not hardly. Total control did the defense have to set the tone for the Panthers to be the last team standing in the West. On the hardwood side of things, Prairie View women's basketball lost to Washington State by the score of 81-43. The Panthers will next be in action on November 27th on the campus of Prairie View A&M University, as they'll take on Incarnate Word. On the men's side of things, the Panthers were able to take care of Tennessee Martin by the score of 78-66. I almost said 16. The Panthers will be in action today against Eastern Kentucky with an 11 a.m. Central Time kickoff, or should I say tip-off. Both the men and women's basketball programs start this early young season off with 3 wins and 2 losses each. On the volleyball court, you have a new champion for the 2023 season. Congratulations to the Jackson State Tigers. They were victorious over the FAMU Rattlers, who the Jackson State Tigers got past Alabama State Hornets, and the FAMU Rattlers got past the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. That championship game was held on the campus of Prairie View, and once again, congratulations to the JSU Tigers. But we also have to extend a hearty congratulations to the Prairie View A&M University Panthers and Coach Cherie Lindsay. First year out of the gate, and she made it to the semifinals, having an outstanding year. Number 2 seed going into the tournament, and can't help but get excited about the future of the Prairie View A&M University volleyball program. So as we mentioned, it was a huge weekend, in particular on the campus of Prairie View A&M University. But now it is time for me to make a quick turn off the highway and take the feeder road, because I am about to have a Monday morning meltdown. I won't necessarily call it a meltdown, but a highly concerning commentary. As we mentioned at the start of today's episode, the Prairie View A&M University Panthers had an historic landmark game at home, Senior Day, to capture the West Division title for the Southwestern Athletic Conference. And in the midst of all that was on the table, the reported attendance, and I'm using that term very loosely, the reported attendance for the Senior Day home game for the Prairie View A&M University Panthers, who I mind you were your West Division champions for 2023. It was a win or lose, go home in the season, or advance to the Southwestern Athletic Conference Championship game against the FAMU Rattlers. And on this great day of anticipation, reportedly was 1,350 people in attendance, and that is being very, very, and I might say it one more time, very generous. I'm not quite sure what's going on with the fan base, not understanding how could you not make it a part of your to-do list to be in attendance of a game with such magnitude if you're going to be a supporter or fan of the said athletic program, in this particular case, football. Now, a couple of weeks prior, yes, it was, all out, everybody showing up with the RVs, and yes, it was homecoming, but what greater opportunity to recapture the atmosphere and be a part of history, and to only have reportedly 1,300 people show up is very, very disheartening. It's very discouraging. It's embarrassing. But nonetheless, all will be forgiven and forgotten, I'm sure, by the football program if the people will take advantage to show up for the championship game in Tallahassee, Florida on December 2nd. Now, I know there are going to be some that are going to come and show up and wave the pom-poms and say who you're rooting for, PVU, and that's all a part of it. But it sure would be nice to have some consistency. We as fans, we always ask about the consistency. We always want the teams to be in a championship mode or opportunity where you have it and you still refusing to come out for whatever reason. Not making a whole lot of sense to me, but we'll continue to provide the coverage of home games and away games here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, because that's what we do. Now, I do want to thank our broadcast team for the entire football season. Philip, Andre, and Greg did an outstanding job, not only for Prairie View A&M University Panthers, but also for our local high schools, Waller Bulldogs, the Royal Falcons, and the Hempstead Bobcats, not to mention the Rose Hill Christian Eagles. These young men laid it out there all season long, and we're extremely proud of them. And we're going to continue to try to do the same thing for this upcoming basketball season. It is a labor of love and opportunity for me to share my expertise and knowledge base with young men, and let me add, young men. None of these young men are over 30 years old, and they are dedicated and been doing a outstanding job as far as researching, game day performance, and interviews. So we are appreciating them, tipping our hat to them, and we're encouraging you right now that if you could, help us carry this broadcast just a little bit further down the road. This is a labor of love for us here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We are not funded by Prairie View A&M University Athletics by any stretch of the imagination. We do receive donations from various groups such as the Prairie View Athletic Club, the Panther Backers, and the Temple of Refuge Ministries. But we could definitely use your support for us to gather around and try to get these men down to Florida to finish what they started. If you would be interested in being a part of that support for that movement to help us get to Tallahassee, I'm asking if you would go by way of Cash App at $OBN Radio, or you can go to our website at obnradio.com, click on the donation button at the Open Mic Broadcast Network section, and make your donation today. We're asking those who could, if you would simply pledge a $20 donation to help us get on that cause. And it's roughly guessing right now, we want to need about $2,000. And I'm just going out on the limb. They say you have not because you ask not. As we say, we've covered every game from start to finish, and we would love to have the opportunity to finish what we started. So with all that, congratulations to the Panthers on the football side, the volleyball side. Congratulations to the Jackson State Tigers. And thank you all for being dedicated supporters and listeners of our content that we provide daily here from the Open Mic Broadcast Network. My time has come where I must exit stage left. Do want to remind you, you can follow me on X at the Mike Prince Show and subscribe to our YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.